Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and before I get going, remember, go to daixrp.com to join the Patreon. It's a private group where you get the full video plus the extended video, and you get no commercials. You can also join through you can join through YouTube by clicking this join button below every YouTube video I do. Today in there, I'm going to show you what I think is going to be a digital asset that ends up in the top 5 that's not there now. And I'm not talking about XRP, but this is another one I think is going to end up there for many reasons. I'm also going to show you, we show charts and stuff every once in a while, but I'm going to show you the chart that I think explains everything that XRP holders have been through. And this is the one that I think in the end you're going to see us go back to this. Anyway, I'm going to show you, and that will be a huge part of XRP going up. I think it's inevitable. Okay, if you haven't done it yet, if you still can't sleep well and you're worried about whether your keywords and all that stuff, and you're worried about, you'd feel a lot more comfortable if you could invest the way you do when you go to like an E-Trade and you buy stocks. You don't worry about the stock certificates. You know it's in institutional custody and you don't even think about it. Well, that's where this industry is headed, and Caleb Brown's one of the first ones to do it, to allow you to have institutional custody where you don't have to worry about whether some hacker is going to steal your stuff. They're my new partner, and I'm an affiliate partner with them, and you can go and open an account by going to XRPwealth589.com. And you also get a personal broker that you can actually get on the phone and talk to. And you get the liquidity that comes with having multiple OTC liquidity providers all around the world, which is what they have. So go to XRPwealth589.com. Look forward to XRP Vegas. Vet is going to be there. And then then XRP Cafe tweeted this out. XRP Las Vegas, EZA. The guys from EZA are going to be hosting Shark Tank competition. Got an idea? You want to build on the XRP ledger? Pitch your idea for 2 minutes for a chance to win $25,000 in prizes for winning teams. And they've got a sign up. Here's Vet. He's going to moderate the panel with Axelar, by the way. XRP Ledger's official connection to institutional DeFi. And Bree Terezi, I hope I'm not butchering her last name. She's going to be there too. She's a golf XRP. What does she call herself? Golf influencer, crypto enthusiast model.
Hey everyone, this is a friendly reminder to go ahead and purchase your XRP Vegas tickets because the event is coming up on May 30th and 31st. We're going to have Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse and David Swartz there speaking, as well as the CEO of Uphold, of iTrustCapital, and Caleb and Brown, and so many other people in the digital asset space. It's going to be an awesome way to be able to learn so much during these panels, ask questions and connect with other people from the community. If you are new to this space, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Go ahead and purchase tickets down below. I can't wait to see you in Vegas.
You can go to xrplasvegas.com to get your tickets. I think we're like 22-ish days out. Look, the market's moving a little bit. Now we're up over 3 trillion. We're at 3.09 trillion, but most importantly, Bitcoin today likely could hit the 100K mark. And this is great for everybody because those headlines will be captured, and all of a sudden all these retail people out here will say, oh, whoa, wait a minute, the market's moving again. And that's when they'll all buy. All right, moving along. Yesterday, the Fed chairman did nothing.
Good afternoon. My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. Despite heightened uncertainty, the economy is still in a solid position. The unemployment rate remains low, and the labor market is at or near maximum employment. Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running somewhat above our 2% longer run objective. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged. The risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation appear to have risen, and we believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way to potential economic developments.
Okay. Meanwhile, Trump says too late Jerome Powell is a fool who doesn't have a clue. Other than that, I like him very much. Oil and energy way down, almost all costs, groceries and eggs down, virtually no inflation, tariff money pouring into the U.S., the exact opposite of too late. Enjoy. And then while he does nothing, the Bank of England, I think, and China, Bank of England cuts rates by 0.25% to 4.25%, citing Trump's tariff trade war as a key factor. Meanwhile, this guy he's talking about bazooka money coming.
Don't be fooled by all these headlines and all the debates, left versus right, Trump stupid, Trump genius, Trump crazy. We could make the case for each, but the real problem is, I've said this many times, Santa Claus can't solve a liquidity crisis when you're $37 trillion in public debt and over $100 trillion in household, corporate, and public debt. There's too much debt. There's not enough grease to keep those debt wheels going without bazooka money, without debasing the currency. This falls right in to the hands of gold, just because gold sits there and holds its value while paper money is in a sea of fiat, sea of misery.
Okay, it's coming, all right. President Trump announces major trade deal news conference scheduled for tomorrow. Now, this is supposed to be this agreement with the United Kingdom is a full and comprehensive one that will cement the relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom for many years to come because of our long-term history. I think you're going to see a lot of these cascading trade deal announcements, and then the market is going to do the opposite of what it did while we've been in all this uncertainty and fear over it. Now, that announcement, my understanding is that's separate. The massive announcement Trump says he has is not about a trade deal. So that means we've got something else really positive coming either today or tomorrow, I think.
And those days are over. Those days are over. And, I said before in our meeting with the new and very talented Prime Minister of Canada that we have some very big announcement to make. It's not about trade. It's about something else, but it's going to be a truly earth-shattering and positive development for this country and for the people of this country. And that'll take place sometime within the next few days.
Earth-shattering. I'm looking forward to that. Now, here's the look. SDRs and the IMF are in play. If you've been listening for a few years, you know what that means.
Mr. Chairman, we believe the SDR process at the IMF should serve the goals of the United States of America and not other states. And as I said in my speech during IMF week, this administration is aligned with you in your goals on the SDR. And furthermore, we believe that the IMF needs to get back to basics in working with countries when there is a market failure in financial markets, rather than helping large, well-financed countries.
Uh-oh. Look at this. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency is further letting bankers off the crypto leash, saying Wednesday that banks can buy and sell their customers' crypto assets or use third-party services for crypto work. Here's a highlight from Bank XRP. The OCC published Interpretive Letter 1184 to confirm that national banks and federal savings associations may buy and sell assets held in custody at the customer's direction and are permitted to outsource to third parties bank permissible crypto asset activities, including custody and execution services. That is huge, folks. The banks are coming. Meanwhile, I thought that Senator Warren had an anti-crypto army. Apparently, they've all gone home. She's still complaining, trying to see if she can stop the stablecoin legislation.
I want us to do this investigation, but do not slip past the part.
Man, these commies are so corrupt.
That tomorrow there is supposed to be a vote on this stablecoin bill. And Democrats, if we stand strong, We have an opportunity to actually shut down this particular vector of corruption that the president has invented.
You know, these are the same people that were all in on Sam Bankman-Fried. These are the same people that made sure that when Sam Bankman-Fried went down, that all of the political donations, that part of it was set aside, and nobody did anything about it.
Call their elected officials. I will note from Bloomberg, the top Trump crypto buyers vying for dinner seats are likely foreign, data show.
Oh, these people are sick. Meanwhile, this is hilarious because Trump doesn't give two you-know-whats. Trump-backed USD1 surges to become 7th largest stablecoin worldwide with 2.2 billion market cap in just 2 months since launch. Now, this is interesting, folks. Stripe is going truly global. Business from, this is Patrick Collison, from 151 countries will soon be able to use Stripe to programmatically move money. And they're talking about their stablecoin, introducing stablecoin financial accounts. And I want to remind everybody, never forget Stripe owns 2% of the XLM supply. Also want to remind you of this. Bitcoin maxis are not going to show you this clip. This is the COO, Claire Hughes, back in 2018 on stage by pure coincidence with Ashish Burla from Ripple.
I think in July, Bitcoin took about 60 minutes for the transaction to go through, which still isn't great. Imagine going to get a cup of coffee and then standing there for 60 minutes waiting for your transaction to go through. It's not a currency. It's been as long as 3 to 5 days. And when you get that long for a transaction to clear, you actually sometimes have, and the price difference changes, you actually have to do another transaction in order to make up the difference. So it became very complex on our side, but also on the merchant side, in order to reconcile and manage their books and know what they were actually selling, because the Bitcoin value is so volatile. It was changing, daily at that time.
Wow. Ashish, I know you guys at Ripple have a product that you sell to all sorts of financial institutions that uses cryptocurrency called XRP. Can you talk a little bit about, I know so far no bank has actually agreed to use XRP for payments, but that's something that your CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, has guaranteed will happen by the end of this year. Can you talk a little bit about what is the resistance that you're getting from banks and financial institutions and what it's going to take to overcome that?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And that what we're finding is that it's a regional difference as well. So, in Southeast Asia, it's a very different story than the US, where a lot of these banks and financial institutions are reliant on the HSBCs, the Citibanks of the world to move money, but they're the future superpowers of the world. And they're seeing that they can use blockchain technology to leapfrog the Western world and maybe not rely so much on the service that Citibank offers to move money. The other thing is that there are a lot of issues with using digital assets and cryptocurrencies to move money. But part of what we've done at Ripple is made that experience a good one. So, for example, there is an issue with volatility, but using our technology, if they want to move money into Mexico, for example, they're seeing the US dollar to Mexican peso rate, and they're only exposed to the volatility as it transfers across the different systems for a few seconds.
One of the big things that I think happened around 2018 when everybody saw the price of XRP surging, I think that Bank of America was sitting there ready, and I think that the powers that be in the banking system, JP Morgan, Citigroup, found out that Bank of America was about to deploy digital assets, including XRP. And I believe that's what's one of the things that set in motion. And you can see it on, and I'm going to show you in the group, you can see there's a chart measurement that makes it very obvious that the forces that came after XRP and Ripple over the last few years, it's very obvious when it happened and how it happened. I'm going to show you some of that in DAIXRP.com, which is the Patreon. Click the join button below any of my YouTube videos if you'd rather join through YouTube. We're also going to talk about this one digital asset I think is going to be in the top 5, and somebody else does too. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.